Hi, I've been using this sensor board from Sensirion for a while now. It's quite good. It shows relative humidity and also the temperature, and it's pretty precise too, within plus minus 0.3 degrees C and plus minus 2% on the relative humidity. And the other cool thing is it can plot the information to your mobile phone as well, and it's got onboard memory as well, so you can pull the information out at any point. Like I can get a plot of like the last hour or last day or week or over a month, so I can see here that the temperature is in the green zone for most of the week. Also I can check the humidity as well to see where how that was as well. So this is great, and I use it quite a lot just to keep an eye on the temperature while I'm working, and then I know if the relative humidity goes out of a certain range, then I ought to try doing something about it, like open a window. And plus in a lab it's quite handy, because if you're working and you just want to double check the environment temperature when doing some measurements, and this is quite useful for that as well. So this uses one particular sensor which only does the temperature and humidity, but there's another board from Sensirion which it's an Arduino board, and it's got other sensors on it as well. So I use that to construct this. It's just a meter with a custom dial on there, and if I power this thing up, what will happen is it'll go through a test cycle where first the needle will indicate the 0 position and the maximum position for a few seconds each, because it's a calibration routine internally as well, which if you hold down a button while powering it up, you can use that to adjust the levels. So once that's been done, which I've already done, it's already been pre-programmed into E2prom, then it will start showing the temperature, then the humidity, then the volatile organic compounds in parts per billion, and then the CO2 level in parts per million, and it will just cycle through them. And there's also LEDs behind there to try and indicate which meter scale to use. And like I mentioned, there's a button at the back, so if that's in the automatic mode, but if you press the button at the back, you can then manually go through the different modes. So you can see here there's a button there, and this is the hole for the temperature, and this is and relative humidity, and this is the hole for the VOC and CO2 sensor. So if I power this up, it goes off to full scale just to indicate that it's calibrated, and now it's showing the temperature. So it's a little bit outside the green zone. I've been holding this around the back, so yeah, it's showing 25 degrees C, and now it's moved on to relative humidity, and that's okay. That's 45, and that's pretty much what this device is also showing. VOC should be ideally as low as possible, so at the moment it's at 1. It does move around slightly, so I had to implement low pass filtering on that, so that the needle doesn't move around too much. And now for the CO2 level, it's about 400, which is normal. So that flash means it's now in the automatic mode again, and it'll just keep cycling through. So we have a look what's inside it. I'll power this off. If I pull this button off, I can slide this off. There's really not much in here. You can see that's a Sensirion board, and it's intended for plugging on top of a full-size Arduino, which I didn't have, so I used an Arduino Micro, and just manually wired it up. And the meter is wired there too. It's being driven by PWM from the Arduino, and I just glued some LEDs in the back, drill some holes just to light up the dial. And that's that. At the moment it's reading 45, and I'm just going to get some water onto tissue. I'm just going to on the back. So I think that shows the sensors are working. It's fairly responsive too. The sensor's at the back, but you can see that already the reading has gone up slightly. So if I just put some on some piece of paper. Oops. It's shooting up. Here's another VOC test. I was saving a banana for this, but I think it got thrown away or eaten. So this one here is not quite rotting, but you can see the VOC reading is quite low at the moment. See that reading just gradually going up. It goes up slowly because I've implemented some filtering on there to prevent the needle moving so quickly. You can now see the needle is now slowly moving back down. So it took a good, I think, 30 seconds before that needle started moving down after the banana was removed. Thanks for watching.